Fordham University, the site of today's CHSAA A-State Final between the Chaminade Flyers and Monsignor Farrell Lions. Once again, thanks as always for being with us on News 12 Varsity alongside Chris Caron, the producer. I'm Pete Mulroy. Glad you could be with us at Fordham University for this A-State Final, which should be a dandy. Monsignor Farrell and Chaminade. The Flyers enter 20-5 overall, while Farrell comes in 20-6 overall, 8-1 in league play. It was an 11-2 league record for Chaminade. We'll introduce you to both teams momentarily. We want to introduce you first to two young men we want you to keep a close eye on tonight. For Monsignor Farrell, number 11, Eric Chaminade is a 5'10 senior guard, an all-league Staten Island member. 10.4 points per game, and that's significant because then on a very balanced Farrell team, Eric is the only one averaging in double figures. He attempts nearly 5 threes per game and rips down almost 5 boards. On the other side of things, for the 20-5 Flyers, number 12, Kyle Murphy. Kid is nothing short of fantastic. A 6'5" senior forward averaging 14.5. He's got 22 double-doubles this season. A 3-year starter who won a Catholic title as a sophomore, and according to head coach Bob Paul, he's the best athlete on the team. And while they do it down on the floor, we'll introduce you to the starters first. For the Chaminade Flyers, head coach Bob Paul in his 5th season, 3rd consecutive season with at least 19 wins for Coach Paul, who's a former assistant at Iona College with head coach Tim Cluse, who's going to take his Gales to the NCAA tournament next week. And his starting 5 will feature Kyle Murphy, Bobby Connors, Reagan Quinn, Brandon McGuire, and Kellen Pyradine, a 6'5" senior forward who's committed to Dartmouth to play lacrosse. For Monsignor Farrell, 20-6 overall. Head coach Mike Dunn is in his 7th season, and this is a familiar sight for Monsignor Farrell, defending Class A champions in the Catholic League, and they're in the state final for the 2nd year in a row, looking to get their first victory. Starting 5 is a good one. We already introduced you to Clayman. He'll go with Tommy Granello, another 6'3" senior. Nick Igneri, Brandon Abrams leads the team with a 3.5 assists per game rate. And number 32, Steve DeCaller, a 6'1" senior guard, the team's leading rebounder with over 4 a game. Folks, this is going to be a good one. Monsignor Farrell in their familiar white with maroon and gold trimming. Chaminade, the dominant red with gold and white trimming. Good crowd on hand. And today into tonight on News 12 Varsity, chock full of games. We will have live coverage of the girls' Catholic AA final between Mary Lewis and Monsignor Scanlon. That should shape out to be a fantastic ball game as well. And they finish introducing the Monsignor Farrell starters here at the Rose Hill Gymnasium. And you can feel the excitement for two teams that have had remarkable seasons. And Chaminade, a bit familiar with the brand of basketball that's played on Staten Island, where Monsignor Farrell is from. Chaminade took down a very talented, extremely talented St. Peter's team during the regular season by 6 out in Mineola. And they'll get their first crack at Monsignor Farrell here on a big stage. The winner of this game can call themselves a state champion. Officials take the floor. Both teams break their respective huddles, and we're ready to go. And you can break down this coaching matchup, too. I told you Bob Paul, a former assistant at Iona. He's had a remarkable 5-year run. 2014-15 CHSAA champions. They split the 2016-17 regular season crown with St. Anthony's and Holy Trinity. They averaged 69 points a game, and more importantly for Coach Paul's side, only surrendering about 52 points, and they'll have a significant size advantage over Mike Dunn's Farrell team. Already teased to the fact that Coach Dunn's in his 7th season. Here he is again with this Farrell team in another state final. Looking to even that state championship record at 1-1. Lost a heartbreaking 2-point contest to a talented Canisius team just a year ago up in Buffalo. DiCarlo at the Fordham F at midcourt for Farrell. And he jumps it off with Murphy in the opening possession, right to left, as you see on your screen in white jerseys. Belongs to the Monsignor Farrell Lions. And again, we thank you for being with us on News 12 Varsity. Producer Chris Caron, I'm Pete Mulroy. Here's Abrams for Farrell, left side, brings it over with the right hand between the legs dribble. Bouncer inside for DiCarlo, takes it right hand, scooping in. That's a good start for Farrell. You can see that Chaminade a bit longer on the interior, but we'll see how this matchup shapes out with DiCarlo against Pyradine downstairs. 3 on the way for the Flyers. And there's Bobby Connors, 16 double-doubles this season for the junior. An even 12 points a game, and it's a 3-2 lead for Chaminade. 45 ticks gone by first quarter. Here's Abrams. Takes a bump and good defense from Reagan Quinn, who's committed to play lacrosse at the University of Virginia. Chaminade pumps out high-level Division I lacrosse players to some of the premier programs across the country. Virginia certainly one of the best. Through some traffic goes Clayman. We introduced you to Eric earlier in the broadcast. Farrell's only scorer in double figures with just under 10.5 this season. 5 on the Lions shot clock, a heave and a block, and it'll be Chaminade racing down the other direction. Back come the Flyers. Pump now into the corner for McGuire. They go inside, turn around, right hand scoop, and down. 5-2 Chaminade. Connors gets 2. And he's got all 5 to start the game, 90 seconds into the first quarter for Chaminade. Both teams with 20 wins this season as Granello goes inside, stops and connects. So minus the 3 that was blocked out of the hands of Abrams, both teams off to a good offensive start. And one off the mark from Chaminade and McGuire. And back come the Lions. Clayman off the handoff, fires the 3. Side rim. Rebound Quinn. And the one thing Farrell prides itself on, as do the Flyers, is good defense. And more significant for Farrell because when you don't have the height advantage, outside shooting, which Farrell's good at, and defense is going to be crucial. And we get a reach-in foul on the baseline against the Lions. So certainly a dynamic to keep an eye on moving forward. It's a Farrell team that trailed by double digits in their Catholic League final victory over Fordham Prep. Outscored Fordham 38-22 after trailing by 11 early. And that's why they are here tonight. It was Chaminade who took down Canisius 59-56 in their state semi. $5-4 the lead for Chaminade, 5.5 to go first quarter. Clayman up top for Granello. Long 2, high arcer, back iron. And the rebound for Abrams, and he's fouled. Granello looking to get it in, bounce downstairs. DiCarlo up and in. Good strong move by the 6'1 senior. Spin nicely done down the lane. Banker, it's good. Kyle Murphy with the athletic move. And he'll try to convert the 3-point play with 5:12 to go in the first. Eight-6 lead for Chaminade. Granello works it over for Clayman, who comes to the top now for Abrams. The Lions work the perimeter. Granello pumps to his left. Underhanded scoop. Clayman stops back for Abrams. 15 on the Lions shot clock. Now with 10, Abrams looking to make his move. Takes it to the top. Comes near side down the lane. Up in contested traffic. Good defense by Murphy. And Murphy gets it back off the elbow. Now coming back near side for Quinn. 4.5 in a fast-moving opening quarter. 2-point lead for Chaminade. That 3 off the mark. High rebound grabbed by Clayman. DiCarlo, now Abrams. Picks up his dribble back up top. Clayman lets it fly. Back iron on that one, but it fell right to Abrams. Now a chance on that try from Granello, and he converts. Farrell 9, Chaminade 8. Bounce downstairs for Paradine. Spins around, falling away. Nicely done. 10-9, Chaminade. Farrell working the perimeter. They want it inside for DiCarlo when he gets it. Kick, good ball movement to Abrams in the corner. Pumps down the lane, blocked away. And here comes Quinn. Murphy thought about that deep three, kicks it out left side three. McGuire off the mark. Looked like it was going to go out of bounds, and then Clayman with the defensive pressure. 1-on-2, in and out on the floater. Comes away with the steal, nothing to show for it on the offensive end. Chaminade able to get two defenders back. Good feed downstairs, up and under bucket for Paradine. 12-9 Chaminade, 5 quick minutes gone by first quarter. Abrams will let it set up. Now come for the senior Granello. Inside DiCarlo, turns right hand. He's done a nice job down there thus far. And he pulls Farrell back to within one at 12-11. DiCarlo, Farrell's leading scorer with 6. Out kick, Chaminade not afraid to put them up from outside. That one off the mark, out of the hands of Connors, and a foul called on Chaminade. I believe this is on Paradine. And it is. 6-foot junior Jake Dunn will enter the game for the first time, number 22 for Monsignor Farrell. Here's DiCarlo. Out of the corner with it comes Clayman. Up top, Granello thought about the three. Done. He can put him up from out there. 10 on the Farrell shot clock. Goes back for DiCarlo. Out kick right side now for Abrams. Abrams with 5 to shoot. Makes his move. Left hand. Up, in, plus the foul. Abrams aggressive with the basketball, and you don't need me to tell you how good of an athlete he is. And he puts Farrell up 1. He can make it 2 if he converts the three-point play. And he does. It's 14-12. Monsignor Farrell, $1:45 to go. Quarter number 1. And if the flow of this game continues for the duration of this first quarter and the final 3, we are in for some contest. 3, right side, off the mark from Mike O'Connell. And it's a Lion rebound with 90 seconds to go. Abrams content bringing it across the timeline with Farrell up 14-12. $15 on the Farrell shot clock. DiCarlo nearly threw that one away. Underhands it for Granello. Now right side for Clayman. Clayman makes his move down the lane. Blocked away. Had the right idea, but there's some of that size. Paradine, 6'5". He plays even bigger than that. Final minute to play first quarter. Farrell will have 4 on the shot clock. It'll be a baseline inbound for Clayman. And here's Granello, high arcing 3, off the mark. Putback doesn't go. And it didn't hit the rim. Shot clock violation. Flyers had the rebound regardless. 56.8 to go in the first. Worked inside. Here's Murphy, and he's called for steps. DiCarlo standing his ground down there. And he caused Murphy to do a little dance with the basketball. Granello back in. DiCarlo wants it, gets it, and he's bumped. So Dunn set to inbound. Shot clock off, 30.9 to go in the opening quarter. Out for Klayman. And now for Abrams, who's perfectly content on holding for the final shot of this quarter, you would think. Maybe not. Off the mark, back iron, tipped around into the hands of O'Connell. O'Connell, another lacrosse player. His brother played at the University of Maryland. Ball taken away. Now underhand, Granello pumped, but he shuffled his feet. With 9.7 to go, Chaminade will have it back. 6-foot junior guard Will Edwards into the game for Monsignor Farrell. Here's McGuire into the corner, offensive foul. And that's DiCarlo again. This time plants his feet and draws the charge. Moments ago, he caused a turnover via travel. So he's done a nice job on both ends of the floor. 6 points on the offensive side, and he's forced a couple turnovers or fouls on the defensive end. Dunn, here's for Abrams with 2 to shoot, gets to midcourt, pumps and heaves, and he comes up short. 8 minutes in the books, and that was fun. We've got the second quarter coming your way next in the Catholic League A State Final. And at this break, it's Farrell 14, Chaminade 12. Come back and join us for the second quarter right here on News 12 Varsity. Start of the second quarter here at the Rose Hill Gymnasium on the beautiful campus of Fordham University in the Bronx. Alongside Chris Carrot, I'm Pete Mulroy. Thanks for being with us. Entertaining first quarter, to say the least. 14-12. Farrell make it 14 all. As the putback goes from McGuire, who's a good ball player. Follows the miss and banks it in to knot the game at 14. We're 20 seconds into the second quarter. Both teams with 20 wins on their resumes this season. Down the lane short on the attempt by Will Edwards. And quickly back comes Kyle Murphy. Murphy on the out kick, tipped out of bounds. It'll stay on this end as Eric Klayman quickly re-enters the game. Brandon Abrams will get a breather. And a turnover forced here for the Lions, and it leads to 2 for Will Edwards. So the Lions have forced a couple of turnovers in this game, and they lead it by 2, 16-14. About to hit a minute gone by, 7:10 to go second quarter. And a foul on the way up. It's Kyle Murphy will go to the line. And Murphy hits the first. I've had the privilege of knowing Farrell head coach Mike Dunn for a very long time. Great guy, as good of a coach as he is. I don't think there's ever been a call that he hasn't disagreed with. In and out on the second attempt, 16-15 Farrell, as Murphy goes 1 of 2 on that trip to the line. And I say that with complete admiration about Coach Dunn. He knows that. Here's Klayman. Now they work it with Granello. Spin downstairs, left hand off the mark. Edwards follows his own shot. Baseline jumper off the mark, tipped around, and the Flyers come away with it. 3 left side off the mark. Offensive board and a foul on the floor is going to be against the Lions. First foul on Klayman, 4th on the Lions. Comes with 6:30 to go in the first half. With Farrell up 1. Peter Barron, number 0, into the game for for Chaminade. Beautiful spin along the baseline by Murphy. And then we get steps called on the offensive board. Believe it was Connors. First quarter stats, Chaminade shot 5 of 10 in that first quarter. Farrell 6 of 16. Both 1 of 5, I should say, from 3. Jake Struthers onto the floor for Farrell, number 25 in white. Ignieri himself down the lane, scoop, and he gets it to drop. 18-15 Lions. Here's Connors. Out kick for Barron. Now left side, high arcing jumper is pure for O'Connell. Let's see if we get a little back and forth action like we had in the first quarter early on. A couple of subs getting set to check in for the Flyers. McGuire, one of them. Bodying downstairs, and a foul called as Granello was bumped. And it's on Reagan Quinn. Here's Edwards. 5:15 to go, second quarter. Farrell 18, Chaminade 17. Granello pumping. Now out for Edwards. Up top worked for Ignieri. Fall away long 2. And the defense, Connors had his right hand right in his face. Now Connors has it on the outside, brings it down the lane, reverses his footing a bit. Athletic move off the mark. But the rebound for Murphy. He loses that upstairs, tapped around, and corralled by the Lions and Edwards. Working 1-on-2. The Lions get back. Edwards takes it himself. This kid's a physical basketball player. Had 14 points off the bench in the big win over Fordham Prep that I referenced earlier in the broadcast, the intersectional title. A 60-46 victory. So if you look at it with the 14 points, he was the difference in that game. And he's off the mark on the first attempt. One more here with 4:40 to go in the second. A 1 of 2 for the junior. 19-17 Monsignor Farrell. To the elbow. Murphy brings it in. Hoop and the arm. And he could put Chaminade up if he hits the free throw. Murphy, 6'5", senior forward. Nearly 14.5 points per game, over 20 double-doubles this season. He's a 3-year starter, and I mentioned 2 years ago he won a Catholic title as a sophomore. And you heard me say at the top of the broadcast that Coach Paul considers him the best athlete on the team, and it's been evident on a team with some pretty good ones. Chaminade up by 1. 20-19. Here's Abrams. Tom Bridgman on the floor, number 33 in white for Farrell. As Ignieri brings it in. Nice move high off the glass and in. 21-20 Lions. Here's McGuire between his legs, guarded by Clayman, who's been a bit quiet since re-entering the game offensively. 3 near side is good. And the 6'5" junior buries it as Chaminade goes up 23-21. Offensive foul on Ignieri. 3:42 second quarter is going to give the basketball back to Chaminade, who lead by 2. Granello back into the game as Bridgman, the 6'1" senior, heads back to the bench for the time being. McGuire for the baseline for O'Connell. And here comes Murphy up with the right hand, front rim, tapped around, out of bounds, Lion ball. Clayman controls it for Farrell, and he threw it away. Intercepted by Connors, who calmly lays it in. 25-21, 3 minutes to go first half. A bad pass by Clayman, and the Flyers make him pay for it. Now chance of defense from the Flyer faithful. Abrams off the mark. It comes back out to Clayman. 15 on the Farrell possession. Up and under move off the side of the backboard. And a rebound for Chaminade. Here comes McGuire with the Flyers up 4, and it's taken away by Farrell. Here comes the speedster, Ignieri, one-handed pass. Clayman stops up, and he's fouled. He'll head to the line. That was a nice pass from Ignieri. And Clayman, the recipient of it, the senior, going to head back to the free throw line. And he hits the first. Peter Barron re-entering for Chaminade, number 0 in red. Jake Dunn will come into the game as well for Farrell, number 22 in white. As Ignieri gets a breather. (25-23) as Clayman pulls Farrell back to within 2. There's O'Connell. Picks up his dribble. Good defense by Abrams right on Connors. And they couldn't get him the ball. Now he gets it long to baseline. Short, tipped up high. Fight for the ball. They call a foul downstairs, I believe. Now let's see who they get this on. Abrams. And there's the jacket. Coach takes the jacket off. I think they might have got this on Abrams. And it is. No, the foul was on Struthers, which is of note because that's his second personal. Both teams in the bonus the rest of the half. 8 fouls against Chaminade, 7 against Farrell. So each foul will be 1-1 until you get to 10 in the double bonus. 2 minutes to go, first half. Good ball game. Chaminade 27, Monsignor Farrell 23. Granello thought about the 3. Underhands for Abrams, a little stutter as he pulls it back to the top with 12 on the Lions shot clock. Now with 8. Abrams looking to make his move. It does. Down the lane, blocked away by Murphy. All 6'5" of that. Long 2. Good. He rattled it home. O'Connell. A big bucket. Puts Chaminade up 6. 90 seconds to go first half. Abrams sets it up. It's a big possession here for Farrell. Plenty of time in this game. But you can sense a momentum shift. Here's Granello. Himself down the lane, off the glass, short. Rebound by Paradine. Final minute of play upon us in the first half. Here's Barron. Gets it back. Now up top, jammed, wide open, lay-in, good. Paradine. 31-23. 45 seconds to go in the half. Chaminade up 8. Dunn pumps to the free throw line, puts it up, big bucket. 31-25, Farrell to within 6. Here's Murphy. And he'll hold, shot clock off, 17 to go in the half. We'll see what Murphy does. A talented senior for O'Connell. Now Barron, back for O'Connell, along the baseline with 3 to go. Outside, deep 3 to beat the buzzer, off the mark, and that's how the half will end. 2-point game at the end of the first quarter in favor of Farrell, but Chaminade will take a 6-point, 31-25 lead into the locker rooms. We'll come back and join you for the second half of the CHSAA 8A final here on the campus of Fordham University as News 12 coverage continues next. We welcome you back on News 12 Varsity. Alongside Chris Karen, the producer, I'm Pete Mulroy. 31-25 ball game as they put 8 minutes on the clock. Chaminade, that ever-important 6-point lead in the CHSAA A final. Second year in a row for Farrell in this setting. They fell last year to Canisius. The Lions and the Flyers, both 20-win seasons. And they look for the biggest one to this point this afternoon. It'll be Farrell's possession to open the second half. DiCarlo started hot, gets the opening possession downstairs, picks up his dribble. Comes out for Ignieri. Now for Clayman, who needs to get going, only with 2 points in that first half. It was a Chaminade team that shot 12 of 25 in the opening 16 minutes, 7 of 15 alone in that second quarter. A big reason why they should say they're up 6. Clayman, nice spin down the lane, off the front of the rim, follows his own miss, but then it's taken away by Murphy. And here comes Connors, the bouncer downstairs for Paradine. Turns around, left hand, around and out. Offensive board, putback is good. And it's a good start to the half for Bobby Connors and the Flyers. They're up 8, 33-25. Mentioned size was a factor in this game. The advantage to Chaminade, and you see it there, the offensive board, cleanup duty leading to the first 2 points and an 8-point lead here with 1:05 gone by in the third quarter. Here's Abrams coming near side for Ignieri. Works his way and he's shuffled his feet. Murphy, right side, and they want to go back downstairs for Paradine. Kicks it out, now up top. The pump from Murphy, drives down the lane, and he lost it into the hands of DiCarlo. And they're able to get it to Abrams. 90 seconds gone by, third quarter. Into the corner, pump from Clayman, and Farrell will work the perimeter. Ignieri coming back to the center of the court with Granello and DiCarlo calling for it. He gets it off a dangerous pass. Out kick, 3 on the way for Ignieri. It's good. That's a key for Farrell. That's what they do well. They move the ball and they shoot threes and defend. It brings them within 5. No one home. Bucket in the foul. No one back for Farrell, and it's heads-up basketball for Chaminade. Exploiting it. 2 minutes gone by third quarter, back to a 7-point lead. And Paradine can make it 8 if he converts the 3-point play. Now, good teams like Chaminade will make you pay on plays like that. And Paradine does just that with the hoop plus the foul. 36-28, back to an 8-point lead for Chaminade. There's Abrams, now Ignieri. Outs downstairs for Struthers, and we get a foul on the floor. And it's on Paradine, his second. Paradine, game's leading scorer with 11 points, also has 4 boards. He's played well. Football pass comes in for Clayman. And here's Abrams. Plenty of time on the shot clock for Farrell. It's showing 22. See what Struthers can do. Back down the lane, up right hand, and he's going to go to the line. Good physical move. Not afraid to get involved down there, and we'll see if he can convert from the free throw line in an 8-point game. First one off the mark. And one of two for the sophomore. Chaminade 36, Monsignor Farrell 29. 5 minutes, 15 seconds to go, third quarter. Largest lead of the game, 8 twice for Chaminade. They're up 7 now. Baseline move and a foul on Igneri as Murphy tried to wrap it around, but it'll head to the stripe. And Murphy hits the first. One of two. Rebound rolls out, and it's corralled by Connors. Back out for Murphy. And now McGuire resets. Under 5 to go in the third. 37-29 Chaminade. Up top, straightaway 3, Quinn off the mark. Offensive board, put back short. Loose ball, grabbed by Igneri. Here come the Lions. Granello picks up his dribble. Clayman, straightaway. Igneri, good look at a 3, short. Offensive board, Lions. Turnaround on the way up. Clayman is fouled, so he'll head to the free throw line. Looked like he might have wanted that 3, but he made the extra pass and it worked out. He got the offensive board. He's got a chance for 2. In and out on the first. Dunn re-enters for Farrell. O'Connell for Chaminade. 22 and 5 respectively. One of two for Clayman, 37-30. Chaminade the 7-point lead, 4.5 to go in the third. And we'll get a foul just as the pass was thrown on Jake Dunn. Excuse me, on Struthers. Number 25. Good inside feed off the mark, following his own miss, and putback doesn't go for Paradine. And the Lions come away with the rebound. Here's Dunn. Clayman, now Igneri in the corner. Midway through this third quarter, Dunn pumps on a 3 straight away, falling away at the elbow, back iron, rebound for O'Connell. And quickly comes McGuire along the baseline. Nice pass inside. On the way up, short from Paradine. I don't see that too often. He's had a magnificent ball game with 11 points. Contested shots nonetheless down there, but he's missed the last 2. Between the legs, Granello picks up his dribble and resets with Igneri. Into the corner. 3 on the way. Falling away, Eric Clayman. That's got to be a breath of fresh air for Mike Dunn to see his leading scorer knock down a 3. He attempts 5 himself a game, and he's 2 of 4 from outside here today. And Clayman now with 6 points as Farrell's back to within 4 at 37-33. In and out on the 3 attempt, and then Clayman takes the rebound away from Paradine. Clayman down the lane, nicely done, but a bit strong. He hit the floor hard. He up slowly, but he's up. He'll be back in the picture. Paradine kicks it out for Murphy, spins at the free throw line, gets it back. Wave off the basket. He called for steps. Yeah, Murphy thought he was fouled before the travel. He might have an argument there. This has been a well-officiated game, but I'll give the young man that. He might have a little bit of an argument, in my opinion, for what it's worth. 2:36 to go, third quarter. 37-33, Chaminade Farrell ball. Bouncer in for Clayman, who's on the block. Turnaround, good physical move. And he's going to head to the free throw line. He's starting to get more involved in the offense now. You look up at the scoreboard for both teams. Balance offensively. Murphy with 12 for Chaminade. Connors has 9. And on the other side, 2 players with 7. Ignieri and Clayman, who now has 8. And Farrell, who's been down 8 twice in this quarter, has pulled to within 2 with 2:20 to go. O'Connell, jumper, short. Fight for the ball along the baseline. It's Struthers. And Clayman will set the offense up for the Lions. Here's Dunn. Hands off. Clayman thinking about the 3. Now he puts it up. Off the mark a bit strong, and the rebound into the hands of Liam Drennan. Another big and talented sophomore for Chaminade. Kick in the corner, 3 is good, plus the foul. Wow. That's a big bucket for Connors. 40-35, and he'll try to convert a 4-point play. No doubter. Free throw off the mark. $1:43 to go, third quarter. In a good ball game, Chaminade 40, Monsignor Farrell 35. Ignieri deep left side, comes near for Struthers. Now Granello. Clayman trying to get the basketball and does with 9 on the Farrell shot clock. Now Dunn with 5. Comes over Ignieri, deep 3. Off the mark, offensive board, Granello, and he had his pocket picked. A good defensive play into the hands of Connors, and back come the Flyers. Spin, out kick for Murphy. Now into the corner for McGuire. And the 6'5 junior controlling out deep. 45 seconds to go. And a shuffle of the feet there on the pump 3 by Murphy. Second time he's turned it over with the travel. 8 points, 5 boards in this game for the really talented senior, Kyle Murphy. Stephen DiCarlo re-enters for Monsignor Farrell. Struthers comes out of the game. He leaves with 3 personal fouls, but taking his place is DiCarlo, who also has 3. 35 seconds to go in the third. Here's a chance of defense from the Chaminade faithful. Here's DiCarlo downstairs with the right-handed hook. He's got that working. Kid's got a little Bonzi Colson in his game. 40-37. Ten seconds to go. We'll see what this talented Chaminade offense dials up. Pass inside, taken away by the Lions, and a foul is called against Chaminade with 3.1 to go in the third. And the foul on the 6'6 sophomore, Liam Drennan, number 42 of Chaminade. Peter Barron will come in the game. Bobby Connors will take his seat. Claiming it inbound. Comes in for Ignieri. Across. Good pass to Carlo. Heaves it at the buzzer. Wouldn't have counted anyway. So we will head into the fourth quarter with this A title game. 40-37. Chaminade leads Monsignor Farrell. Don't go anywhere. 8 minutes remaining. Come back and stay with us on News 12 Varsity. Here at the Rose Hill Gymnasium on the campus of Fordham University. It'll be Chaminade possession, and they have the 40-37 lead. It's been an outstanding ball game. That to be expected between two extremely well-coached, very talented teams. Here's Bobby Connors. Pass downstairs. Foul on the floor before the shot. It'll be the fifth foul against Farrell. Both teams now with 5. The foul on Jake Dunn as he picks up his second. Number 22 in white. Bouncer comes in. Nice move to the basket. A bit strong by Murphy. This is a good idea trying to draw the contact. Just didn't come. Young man having a good ball game, though, with 8 points, 5 boards. 35 seconds gone by. Final quarter. Farrell with the ball down 3. 40-37. Handoff Ignieri from Clayman with 15 on the shot clock. The bouncer, Granello going baseline offensive foul. That's Granello's first. The Lions' 6th. High arcing pass downstairs. Good pass outside. Wide open look at a 3. In and out of the hands of Brendan McGuire. It was a good looking pass from Paradine. He's got 11 points and 6 boards in this game. There's DeCarlo. Over for Dunn. Pumps. Now goes baseline. Kicks it out. Clayman. Good look at a 3. And he got it. Tie game. Chaminade 40. Farrell 40. 6:25 to go down the lane. Off the mark. Fight for the rebound. And we've got a held ball. One official was about to call a foul. A held ball, I think, is the right way to go. And it's going to give the ball to Monsignor Farrell. I mean, it's a championship game. You could feel it in the building. How much both teams want this. And we're tied at 40. Downstairs on the inlet pass, we get a foul. It's against Chaminade and Paradine, and I believe that's his 3rd. It is. So it'll be a baseline in for Ignieri. And Coach Dunn and the Lions going to get a timeout with 6:09 to go fourth quarter. With Chaminade and Farrell tied at 40 here on News 12 Varsity. .609 to go and a fresh 35 for Farrell as the inbound out of the timeout. It comes in for Clayman, who goes immediately up top for Granello. And Ignieri, the senior point, comes back to get it. Ignieri averaging over 8 points a game, has 7 today to go along with 3 boards and an assist. Hands off for Dunn, puts up a deep 3, and Farrell leads 43-40. A big shot there from Dunn. And then Dunn pokes it away, and he's called for the foul. And that's the 7th team foul on Farrell, so 1-1 at the moment for Chaminade. The first one good for McGuire. He's got 6 points to go along with 4 boards and 2 assists. (43-42) Monsignor Farrell, with 5.5 remaining in the 4th quarter. Dunn hands off for Ignieri. And the senior will set up the offense. Dunn again. Side rim. Big rebound. Bobby Connors. And he stepped on the end line, did Eric Klayman, when he took it away. So the ball will remain with the Flyers. Here's Connors, straight away with McGuire. He can shoot him from out there. Now O'Connell, bouncer inside, poked away by Dunn. And that's Dunn's 4th foul. He's going to come out of the game. Brandon Abrams set to check in. Short, and the rebound tapped around, and a good play to try to get the timeout was Murphy, but he's called for steps. I don't know that he had possession enough to do that, and he certainly came down and moved his feet. Now the referees will talk it over. And it'll be Farrell ball on the turnover. So with Farrell up 1, they have the basketball. And again, chance of defense from this Chaminade crowd who've been great. Bouncer in for DiCarlo. Turns around, and he's fouled before the pass, and that's the 7th foul on Chaminade. So both teams in the single bonus the rest of the way for the time being. And it'll be shots for DiCarlo. 8 points, 3 boards, and an assist thus far. And free throw is always important in every game. And they certainly hold more water in a crucial contest like this as time continues to tick away. Back iron. And a rebound from McGuire. Pass downstairs, one dribble, blocked away by Granello. It was a good move downstairs by Paradine, and Granello just swatted it away. DiCarlo up top, now Abrams left side. DiCarlo wants it inside. Abrams trying to get it to him, nothing doing. 8 on the clock, heaved up! And the 3 for Tommy Granello. 46-42 Lions. Now chance of defense from the Farrell faithful. Kick in the corner. Shimmy shake McGuire now puts it up short. Coach Paul screaming for a foul call. Now Abrams will set it up and get it to Ignieri. 3:10 to go. Ignieri himself scoops short and will head the other direction as Clayman. No, it wasn't Clayman. It was on DiCarlo along the baseline. Which will put Connors at the line. Fourth personal foul picked up for DiCarlo, the 6'1 senior. And he knocks down the first. He's got 13. Three minutes to go. Monsignor Farrell 46, Chaminade 44. Big turnover forced by the Flyers. Up and under move as he split two defenders. Off the mark from O'Connell. Stays with it, jumper. And an offensive board and a reset for Chaminade. They come back near side. Connors throws it downstairs. Dangerous pass. Scrum on the floor. We'll get a jump ball. And the Arrow will keep it here with the Flyers. Good intensity and also from both teams. Chaminade a couple offensive opportunities on missed shots. And they get the better of it on this particular possession with 2:43 to go. They hold on to the basketball. Down 2. 28 on their shot clock. Elbow Murphy works his way in on two defenders. Finger rolls short. And Murphy went over the back. And that's Murphy's first. So that'll send Clayman to the line for a 1-and-1. Jake Struthers will come into the game. Steve DiCarlo with 4 personals will take his seat. And Clayman hits the front end. That's big. These are two good free throw shooting teams. They take just the first half into account. Both teams missed just one apiece. And Clayman hits a pair. Lions 48, Flyers 44. This has been a magnificent ball game. Flyers basketball for Kyle Murphy. Now up top, it's McGuire in traffic. Off the mark, but the offensive board to Paradine. Kicks it out. Murphy keeps it himself. Nice move down the lane, a bit strong. Claiming the rebound. And Coach Dunn going to get a TO in with 2:03 to go in the fourth quarter. With Farrell up by 4. 2:03 to go in the fourth quarter, 48-44. As Abrams, faced with some pressure, picks up his dribble, but he's able to get it across. DeCarlo has it, and he's able to get it back out for Abrams. And this is the young man who you want the basketball with because he doesn't turn it over. Much like a player of Kyle Murphy for Chaminade. Along the baseline, pump to Carlo. He's fouled on the way up. And they'll get it on Drennan as he came draped over. That's interesting. It's been a good game. Again, it's been a well-officiated game. I could see where Liam Drennan's reaction is coming from for the young man. I get it. So he'll come out with Paradine re-entering. One of two for DeCarlo as Farrell goes up 5. And I'll say this now with $1:37 in a tight ball game. The Lions leading 49-44. Regardless of the outcome, these are two extremely talented teams. Bob Paul is a tremendous coach for Chaminade in his 5th season, as is Mike Dunn in his 7th. For Farrell, we get a foul on the way to the basket. The Flyers will go back to the line. And these two teams have left it all on the floor. And you can't say enough about both sides. And I mean that. And the Farrell student body having some fun with Kyle Murphy, and I'm sure he'll wear it as a badge of honor because you go around various high school and college games, they're picking you out because you're good. And Murphy, 8 points, 6 boards here today. He's played well. He's a good ball player. It's a young man who won a Catholic title with Chaminade as a sophomore, and it's been fun to watch him here today, as it has been both teams. Coach Paul will get a timeout in, $1:29 to go. 4 TOs left for Chaminade, 3 for Farrell, 49-45. Shade under 90 ticks to go in the A final. $1:29 to go. Basketball in for Abrams. Started up the near sideline, worked it back to the middle of the floor. Farrell leading 49-45 now with 80 seconds to go. And 22 on this possession clock for Farrell. They'll use some time unless they get a tremendous look. And Abrams content on using that clock now with 12 to shoot. And he'll take this under a minute. 1:02, 1, and we're in the final minute of play. Pump, Granello lets it fly. Front rim, off the mark, big rebound, Igneri. And Chaminade's got a foul. With 49.1, the foul comes. And that's the 10th, so both teams now in the double bonus. The first one good for Igneri. Second one good as well. 51-45, 46 seconds to go. Farrell by 6. Here's Connors behind the back, has it taken away by Igneri. And he's fouled with 41.2. So Igneri with 2 shots. And that'll allow the Chaminade players to go chat with Bob Paul. First shot, and the 5th foul was just picked up by Reagan Quinn. So his night ends. Quinn leaves with 5 boards and 2 assists in today's game. Igneri with 9 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, and 3 steals thus far. And he goes into double figures with that free throw, which puts Farrell up by 7, 52-45, with 41 seconds left. 1 of 2, big rebound grab by McGuire, and the Lions force another turnover. That's what they do. And they're doing it against a really good Chaminade team. In and out on the first from Clayman, who was ice cold to start the game. And he's got 13 points now, and he's played well defensively. And 9 rebounds is big, too. Make it 14 for Eric. 53-45, Monsignor Farrell with 35 seconds to go in the game. Down the lane, off the mark, offensive putback doesn't go, rebound Farrell. And Granello is fouled with 31.3. (54-45). Here's Murphy to the basket. Nice move, plus the foul. That's a big bucket. 55-47. Murphy can pull Chaminade back to within 6 with 25.5 seconds remaining. Off the mark on the free throw attempt. Granello another rebound. That's his 3rd to go along with 9 points and 2 assists. So he'll head back to the line. That foul was on Bobby Connors. And that was the 5th on Connors. Young man had a great ball game. 14 points, 5 rebounds. And he'll exit with Chaminade down 54-47 with an even 24 seconds remaining. Eamon Tabridi, number 10 for Chaminade, takes the place of Connors, the junior. Tabridi, a 6'1" senior guard. Wears number 10. One of 2 on that visit for Granello. Farrell up 8 with 20 seconds to go. Here's Murphy, high off the glass, off the mark, rebound Igneri. And he football passes it down the floor for Abrams, who will do the right thing and pull it out. That's it. Farrell wasn't able to get it done in the state final last season, but it's a different book in 2017. Monsignor Farrell gets it done. 55-47, and they beat a really good Chaminade team. Tremendous effort from both. Can't say enough about the season Bob Paul in his 5th season with the Flyers has had. They'll exit here tonight, 20-6 overall, another 20-win season. And I mentioned it was the 3rd consecutive year for Coach Paul that he's had at least 19-plus wins with his varsity squad. Farrell picks up win number 21 on the grandest stages at the famed Rose Hill Gymnasium that's seen some dynamite hoops on all levels over the past few decades, not just years. And Monsignor Farrell will get on the bus, head back to Staten Island with a trophy and a state title. And we'll be down on the floor with some interviews with head coach Mike Dunn and a couple of players, I would assume. We'll see if we can grab Eric Clayman, who was the team high 14 points for Farrell with 9 boards. And what we'll do is we'll keep you here for the awards ceremony as they rightfully reintroduce both teams before giving the championship awards out to the Monsignor Farrell Lions.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your first place team, Monsignor Farrell Lions. A senior, number 1, Thomas Brunello. Senior, number 3, Nicholas Igneri. Senior, number 11, Eric Clayman. Senior, number 14, Brandon Abrams. Junior, number 15, James Yoko. Junior, number 21, Stephen Crowley. Junior, number 22, Jake Dunn. Junior, number 24, Will Edwards. Sophomore, number 25, Jake Struthers. Senior, number 32, Stephen DeCarlo. Senior, number 33, Thomas Bridgman. Junior, number 35, Matt Greeley. And lastly, junior, number 40, James Petruccio. Line 10 coach, Mr. Mike Dunn. Assistant coaches, Mr. Dan, Mr. Peter, Mr. Tom, Mr. Stephen, and Mr. Day. Athletic director, Mr. Anthony Carvajal. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause for the Lions and the Flyers for the A-State Championship. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder for tomorrow's game here at Varsity, we have the CHSAA Class AA City Championship taking place between Farrell and Archbishop Florida. Once again, the City Championship, Division AA, right here for Varsity. Farrell takes on Archbishop Florida approximately at 3 o'clock.
Welcome back on News 12 Varsity, standing next to head coach Mike Dunn. Mike, it's been 7 seasons for you. You're no stranger to this environment. You get to the state final last year, lose by 2 to Canisius. What is the makeup of this team? What is so different about the team that you were able to get it done against a really, really good Chaminade team?
Well, I think the big thing is that these guys trusted in themselves since day one. Starting in the summertime, you could see they could be a great team. And it was just a matter of them believing in themselves, trusting in each other. And on defense, those guys play defense better than anybody. And I tell you what, I give these guys a lot of credit. From top to bottom, 1 to 15, they're the best group of kids that I coached, you know, and they're just a great, great group of guys.
You know, we had some fun during the broadcast. You get to know a lot of the coaches as a broadcaster throughout the league. Made friends over the years with guys like Joe Arbitello and Bob Mackey. I've known you a long time as well. Did the sequence of events leading up to the Farrell run have anything to do with you ripping off that jacket and that foul call? Because as long as I've known you, you've never seen a call that you've agreed with.
You know, as coaches, sometimes we find it hard when the calls go against us. That jacket sometimes gets in my way, you know, but, you know, they make fun of me. When I take it off, they know it's getting serious. And, you know, it was a bunch of years ago on this day on March 11th that I won this CHSAA city championship with my team in high school at St. Peter's. And coming up here, I was like, wow, March 11th, if we could do this again, that day is going to go down in infamy. And I tell you, I'm so proud of these kids. They represent the school, they represent the community, and they're just a great group of kids.
To my left, our player of the game and state champion, Eric Klayman, team's leading scorer. You were the only guy coming in on a very balanced team that averaged in double figures.
Yeah.
Quiet for you early, which is unusual. What was different for you in the second half? It seemed like you turned it up on the glass, forced turnovers that have an effect on your offensive game?
Well, my teammates just kept finding me for open shots, and in the first half they actually weren't falling, but in the second half they're actually falling, and it felt great to win.
Well, a team that was here a year ago, I just got done speaking with Mike Dunn, 2 points shy of a state championship, potentially back-to-back. I asked Coach the same question I'm going to ask you. What is different about this particular team?
We're really deep. You know, last game, Will Edwards had 15 points or whatever he had, and he barely played the whole year, and just anybody could come in and play and just fill in to win.
Significant win for Farrell here, too. They complete the trifecta on all 3 levels, freshman, JV, and varsity. I would imagine that Monsignor Whelan's going to be very happy come Monday morning.
He's going to be very happy. Plus, us for the state is the first varsity team ever to win state on the island, and it feels amazing to just win, you know?
It's fantastic. Will you petition for a day off from school?
Yes, 100%, no doubt. Need it. Sleep, rest, anything.
I'll put in a good word with the Monsignor for you.
Okay.
Eric, great game.
Thank
Best
you.
of luck, buddy.
Thank you.